Just changing the lighting made this shot much better. But much better is not the same thing as good enough. So what else are we missing? The background here isn't great. It's just flat brown. But as the director of photography, sometimes the set dressing is just out of your control. So let's imagine here that we can't add or take away anything from the set. What else can we do? It's important to remember the inherent beauty of light. Even against a plain background, light can create gorgeous textures and shapes. So I wanted to create just a pocket of light against the background. Like we discussed earlier, I love the staggering of light and dark areas. The bulk of their heads are dark, then their edges are outlined by our key light, and those edges are contrasted against the dark background. So I thought it might be interesting to have a pocket of light in the center of the image. This creates a focal point, focusing the attention of the viewer on the center of the image where our subjects would presumably collide. But how do we get that light? Well, we could set up a little light, of course, perhaps over their heads, pointing behind them, or maybe on the ground behind them, pointing upwards. But we already have tons of light pouring into the scene from above. So what I did is I just added a white bounce board on the ground. You could even use super cheap poster board or styrofoam for this. This board reflected some of the key light back onto the background. Now this is obviously no substitute for set design, but in a pinch on a low budget set, this is a quick and inexpensive way to create a more interesting image. So this is our final result. It's not perfect and could be refined further. That background could definitely use a good steam treatment to get rid of those wrinkles. But it's still a colossal improvement over our original face-off shot from the Assurance. It creates a mood. It's dark. There's much more contrast and the lighting has more shape to it. The shot is more engaging because of the staggering of light, dark, and medium tones. The lighting is also more flattering on our actors. The background has become more interesting. And perhaps most of all, this new setup really sets the stage for a showdown.